executive producer. Why don't you executive produce me a latte that crackinated? I see better acting and tough acting to acting. Here it goes. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show them what you're working with. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show them what you're working with. This is the #1 song in the country.
I ain't seen white people that bad since they canceled MASH.
Do you know that I came up with the idea for Sesame Street? I came up with it before PBS. The white man stole it. That's right. I was gonna call it NWP with puppets. You sure you don't want none of this?
I'm sure.
I got some good Jamaican.
I guess he must have had a little too much Coke for the fight. Very at the Million Man March. You know what that means? That means that even in our finest hour, we had a crackhead on stage.
Can you believe the LAPD has come up with a party game for kids? Pin the evidence on the brother? And Ike Turner's rules has great rules like rule #1, shut up. Trying to change a Cross Bay Boulevard into a Tupac Shakur Boulevard. Rule #2, I said shut up.
He wants to change Cross Bay into Tupac Shakur Boulevard. Into Tupac Shakur Boulevard.
A black man fell in black history. That's sad, because you know fat people don't fail cooking.
Into Tupac Shakur Boulevard.
Yeah, I got fired for smoking weed once. That ain't happening again. As much child support as I got. That's why I keep clean urine wherever I go. I keep it. Because it ain't test me. My brother peed in me. Crazy crackers with guns, time for me to get my black ass out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Rock. What's up? Go ahead.
All right.
Start your ripping.
No.
I know you're gonna start.
No.
It's your first time on the show. I've been
This is
trying to
my
get you
first
on
time the
forever.
show.
Go ahead.
I
Rip
used
into
to-
me.
We
Go
did Saturday Night Live here on the same studio. I used to tell a lot of mediocre jokes right here. That's where I started, right here.
Good
Boy.
times for you, Chris? Or
Yes.
a little hostility?
No. I had a great time. I had a ball here, man. Boy, what a day. Okay. It's a big day. R. Kelly got arrested.
Yeah, I
I just saw it.
just went in to see
I
Chris.
didn't
And
know.
he's glued. Peter Jennings
I'm
is telling
watching Peter
him.
Jennings, and they're like, they got him. They got the aura. They got the
I
aura,
thought
man.
you were saying in the tape that it wasn't him.
I know, but, you know, I mean, did you see the tape?
I saw the tape. I have the DVD.
Oh, man. I guess the authorities in Chicago have never heard Bump and Grind.
So now what happens to R. Kelly? Do we
Feels
know?
like you're ready. Take off your pamper.
By the way, you're hearing the first wave of many R. Kelly jokes to come, I'm sure.
no.
Compliments of Chris Rock.
No. I'm just, it's you know.
Oh. Well,
You know, if you a sex tape. Now I know some people in the sex tape. Some of y'all right here. And I think if you want to tape yourself, watch yourself doing anything, you got a problem.
I'd agree.
They're gonna be walking across the street, man. Man, I sure can't walk. It's like, why are you taping yourself?
I never understood how the sex tapes would get stolen. Like at least when you're done with it and you watch it, burn it, do something so it can't. It's always stolen from a vault.
Put it in a big ass wallet.
Get rid of it. Have you ever taped yourself having sex?
No. See, because I assume I'm gonna have sex again. No, I have gone years in between sexual activities and wishing I should have taped it.
Oh, that's great.
I should have taped it so I could remember what I was doing.
For the repeat performance.
Yes. But, you know, hey, he's not guilty until court says so.
Until the court sees the DVD.
And I'm sure Johnny Cochran's flying to Chicago right now. Because that's who I'd call.
I want to ask you, last time I saw you, I know you go to a lot of the Knicks games. I saw you upstairs. Looked like you were in some in-depth conversation with the governor of New York, George Pataki. Do you remember that?
Was I talking to Pataki?
I was just wondering what Chris Rock would be saying to George Pataki.
I don't know. Maybe don't blow up my house or something. I don't know. I don't remember. I was at George Pataki.
You're upstairs in that little that room, that little holding area. They put
I don't
all
know.
the
That might have been Conan O'Brien.
No.
They're both tall.
That was you. Anyway, you go to a lot of the Knicks games. We saw you recently courtside at the Lakers game.
Yeah, well, because the Knicks are in the audience right now.
As we see, at the Lakers games, every single celebrity is there. In New York, it's like Spike and Woody and maybe like the Bacon Brothers and maybe Puffy, and that's it. As you see here, this is at one game in L.A. If you don't have a movie, you don't get a ticket to the game. There's no fans at the Staples Center, apparently.
No. I mean, they would be in New York. The Knicks just, they didn't, they need,
What is wrong with the Knicks?
They need you, Carson. Hey, I'm not dissing the Knicks. So we both call up for tickets, and they'll remember these disses.
They will.
It's like, hey, I need some tickets. Oh, you better give out some hot dogs first.
I went to see Bad Company. I saw it at the premiere. It was cool. And the first person I see when I'm sitting down is one of my favorite people from Run DMC, Rev Run.
Rev Run. You gotta love Rev Run.
Rev Run doesn't go out at all.
He's Rev Run.
He does not leave his house.
He's he's Rev Run. Man.
How did you get him at your premiere?
I called. I dangled some Adidas.
Wasn't he going to be like The Godfather? You have a kid coming out in July.
I got a kid coming, so I guess Run's going to
Congratulations. Rock's expecting over there.
Yes.
Now, do you have a name for your...
I think it's Holiday. We'll see. Yeah, I had sex, and it took. I should have taped myself having sex.
Well, you have proof. You'll have Holiday.
I have a baby, yes.
That's usually how it works.
After we do DNA testing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just go start raising some kid. You got to prove it to me. You're going to see me and my wife and Jerry bringing it into his baby.
I read there's something great that you're going to do this movie with Jamie Foxx and the Marion Barry story.
Yeah, well, I'm producing a movie with Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is going to play Marion Barry.
Marion Barry's pissed off because he just got a copy of the script.
Yeah, but
he said it was, quote, the most outrageous and disrespectful thing he's ever read.
Oh, please. No. We covered Marion Barry's whole life. I mean, the crack and all that, that's just a little part. I mean, people don't know Marion Barry's like the civil rights activist in the 60s and, working with Martin Luther King and SNCC and all this stuff. So we're going to cover the whole spectrum of the man, So
you're not just poking fun at him?
No, there's no fun at all. So we're going to do a straight-up biopic for HBO. About Marion Barry.
Well, how are you going to do the whole crack thing? That's pretty funny.
I mean, it's not ha-ha funny.
I think it is.
It's not funny like an old episode of In Living Color.
You're going to do it. You're going to do the movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're producing. I mean, we start shooting that in August, yeah.
I want to talk about your stand-up for a second, because I know you off-screen, off-stage a little bit, and you're actually very quiet. People say
you've been in the club.
I've been in the club.
You've been in the club.
So when I know...
Working out some stuff. I see
Chris is very passive. He's actually very, very quiet. Yet when you're on stage, you're so, like, gigantic. Where are you most comfortable?
Most comfortable, probably small, but I'm on stage, I'm just making up for my insecurities. I just want to be loved.
A lot of people probably don't realize what goes into making a special. They don't see the front end of a big comedy special. Like I've seen at the Comedy Cellar, and you try out a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
People probably think everything that comes out of your mouth in front of people is a big laugh, but you and other famous comics, you have to bomb every now and again, right?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
People probably don't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, if I do my special is like an hour, like Bigger and Blacker, that's an hour. But I probably went through 3.5, 4 hours of material to get there. And, people always say, do you ever want to do drama? I'm like, yo, money, every time I suck on stage, that's drama.
So isn't the specials the culmination of all the stuff that really hit and worked?
Yeah.
At a lot of different little stand-ups.
A lot of different, this next one. I'm like a year away. I mean, you saw me working on it. A lot of people haven't seen it. But, you know, you see what I'm
I
working
saw you.
on.
It was close to the 11th, and you were trying out some pretty...
I was trying out some ill stuff, yeah.
That was great.
I was going there.
I was laughing. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. And the people were throwing bananas at me and
Yeah.
tomatoes, but, you know.
You know who's also on the show is your co-star in Bad Company,
Mr.
Tony, he said to call him. I'm
Yes,
so
it's
embarrassed.
Tony.
He's not kidding around,
I call him Tone.
I saw him, and I said, Sir Anthony Hopkins, such a pleasure. And he said, no, you don't have to call me sir. I said, Mr. Hopkins, call me Tony.
And he told me to call him Massa. you got it good.
When they wanted you guys to work on this movie together, and the first time you guys, did like the director want you guys to go out and like have dinner and talk about the script and sort of check your chemistry or anything? What was that like?
You know, they hired me and they brought a few names and then they said Anthony Hopkins. I'm like, oh my God, get out of here. He doesn't want to work with me. They said, yes, he does. It's like, hey, I thought they were lying. I thought Tony Danza was gonna come to the door.
Sir Tony Danza.
Sir Tony Danza, yes.
All right, I'll tell you, we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we'll be joined by Mr. Anthony Hopkins. A personal favorite.
When I was funny.
That's another thing I read about you. You just wrote recently that you're not as funny now because you have so many projects going on. Is that true?
No, I'm just... did I say that?
You said that.
Yes, because I suck now.
No, that's not true. But is that any truth to that?
No.
You feel less funny than you did before you were...
Yeah, you know...
Making movies
I mean,
and being so busy having kids.
Who among us is as funny as we used to be?
One of the pieces that I've always loved that was on the Chris Rock show was when you took it from Taxi Cab Confessions from HBO. We saw it was great. We don't do any comedy here, and it's a damn good thing that we don't. I come from Music World. We thought it'd be fun to do a cover of your comedy bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's gonna do it? Rick and Martin?
Funny you should mention, it's actually a Latin version of your Taxi Cab
Latin
Confessions.
Taxi Cab Confessions.
It's
Okay.
featuring Rudy here. He's the driver of the stars. Go ahead and roll it down.
Okay. I thought that was good. Do I get publishing on that?
It's a ripoff. That was his bit right there.
Yeah, man. I should get publishing.
You did.
I'm gonna get a new manager.
That's right. There's a big fight this weekend. Tyson and Lewis. In Memphis. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this.
Oh, man.
What is wrong with Mike Tyson? Did you hear the statement that came out today was, it's not even from Tyson. From him, you would expect something crazy to come from him. It was from his camp that said that they want to break bones
he
and
got a
send...
camp?
Yeah, it's people, you know.
Little kids? Camp Tyson.
His spokesman said that they want to break bones and send Lewis out in a stretcher.
Wow. Well, at least they're coming to fight. Oh, man. I don't know. Hey, man, we're Americans. We want Mike Tyson to win, right?
Do we? I don't know if we do anymore. Do we? We still are rooting for Mike?
I mean, hey, hey, who knows what's going to happen?
When I was in high school, Mike...
We just hope the fight happens.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you never know with Mike.
And in Memphis, that seems a little weird.
That seems, well, they wouldn't
the
let him
only
fight
place
nowhere.
they could get
It was
sanctioned?
either Memphis or Brownsville. It was like Memphis or Newark.
Who's going to win the fight, Tyson or Lewis?
I don't know, man. Lewis in 12, Tyson in 4. You know what I mean?
That sort of thing.
If it's quick, it'll be Mike. If it's long, it's going to be Lewis.
And then Holyfield. Did you see that fight, by the way?
Yeah, Holyfield put a big knot on a guy's head. What
I've
the hell
seen
was
guys
that about?
bump heads before, but he had like a growth.
It
looked like the elephant man.
He had an ass on his head. That was incredible. Did Holyfield punch the ass on his head?
I don't know what happened. It just grew. It was gigantic.
A big-ass mosquito came? What that happened?
Holyfield beat Tyson?
Oh, he beat him already. He beat him twice.
But if
Really.
Tyson wins this weekend, the Holyfield's awaiting the winner of Tyson.
I know, but Holyfield's about 60 years old. So, you know, I don't know. No, I mean, he already beat him, so if anybody could do it, it's Holyfield, you know.
All right.
I don't know, though, but...
Do you go to the boxing matches like you do the Laker games and sit ringside?
I mean, if somebody buys me a ticket, yeah. They're very expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
Chris has another movie that you're just starting now, Head of State.
Yeah, I'm starting that. I'm running for president. It's an election movie.
That sounds like a great idea.
Me and Bernie Mac starting that. Starting that.
Now, your character's running for president.
And Bernie's gonna be the only person. I'm getting so screwed over by everybody that the only person I trust is my brother. to be my vice president. My brother's Bernie Mac.
There's not a better candidate.
Yeah, there's not a
Bernie
better
Mac.
candidate in the whole world than my big brother.
And what's wrong with the country that you need to be president?
Well, what happens is I'm an alderman in Washington, D.C., and the two guys that are running for the president and the vice presidential nominee of the Democrats, they die in a car accident like 3 weeks after the convention.
Right.
So everybody knows they're going to lose. Whoever runs against the Republican incumbent's going to lose because he's a war hero, he's an incumbent, and he's Sharon Stone's cousin. So he can't lose. So they decide, since we're going to lose, let's get the minority vote now. Right. And lock it up for 4 years from now. So they elect me to run for president.
But if Chris Rock is president, what's the first thing you change about our government?
Oh, boy, what was the first thing? I put Jennifer Lopez's ass on a $5 bill. I'm broke, but I'm happy.
I think she's a good sport about that.
No,
you at the Video Music Awards, you went off, and then Triumph, Conan's dog went off.
Here's the thing. I'm a black man. I'm from Bed-Stuy, from South Carolina. I love a big ass. Sometimes I see white comedians joke about her ass. White guys ain't really ass men. You ever wanted to see, like, hey, you see white girls with brothers? Because we like the ass. A lot of white guys let good ass go to waste. I love Jennifer Lopez's ass. Okay? Oh, my God. I don't know how her husband... How do you do anything all day but just grab hold of that ass all day? I would trade my wife and 2 aunts. My wife and 2 aunts for Jennifer Lopez.
Not just your wife, 2 aunts too.
I'm throwing 2 aunts. She's a number. Oh man.
Did you see her in enough? You know, she worked out so much for it. She lost a little bit of weight.
She lost a little bit of that ass, and it hurt the box office. Would have made a little bit more. I like see J-Lo, whatever you call it. Hey.
Oh. Have you heard the new Eminem album?
I love the new Eminem album.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
Dope.
Eminem show.
Eminem show is incredible.
They released it on a Sunday. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I left church and bought the album. My reverend was like, I got mine.
All right, we got to take a break. Chris Rock, we'll be right back. Another performance from the Big Timers happening right after this. We'll be right back.